Greetings, I'm Mikhail Zhivits, the producer of World of Tanks. Today I'll tell you about the 9.0 update. This update will introduce significant improvements to the graphics. The tank models will get a higher level of detail. A new Historical Battles game mode will be introduced. Several old maps will play differently, and there'll be changes to the in-game music.
What significant game changes will be introduced in the 9.0 update?
One significant change will be an update to the graphics engine. This update will make it possible to display different materials and surfaces much better than before. Another noticeable change is the improvement in the detail level of the tank models. There are improvements to both geometry and texture. The texture will become clearer. The geometry will be more detailed. You'll notice many details that just weren't there before. We'll also be changing the tank's suspension. The tracks and rollers will now follow all the irregularities of the landscape. The tanks will move in a much more realistic way.
What other changes are expected in the 9.0 update?
In this version, we're adding a feature that players have long asked for. The turret will fly off when the ammunition blows up. The caliber and number of shells remaining are taken into account when calculating the explosion. The turret will obey the normal laws of physics. It will become a regular in-game object that can be used for cover and pushed around. In some situations, this can have a significant effect on the gameplay.
Tell us about the new Historical Battles game mode.
This update will introduce a new type of gameplay called Historical Battle. Only historical tanks with authentic equipment will take part in this game mode. The new mode will work with seasonal campaigns. This means that there will be several battles to choose from, 2, 3, or 4 options, which will be changed from time to time, just like we change our promotions over time. For the player, it will work like this. You go to the Historical Battles mode, pick one of the available historical battles, then you need to choose the side you want to play for and select one of the available tanks. Now just press the Battle button and wait for the matchmaker to form 2 teams for the historical battle. The main feature of this mode is that there will only be tanks that were involved in the real historical battles we're recreating, and they'll have their historical equipment. The gameplay and battle mechanics in this mode are the same as in any random fight. You can use the standard equipment. You'll be able to use any type of consumables. All the crew skills will work. The only limits are those put on the ammunition. The ammunition will either be historical or close to that. The statistics in this mode will not affect the overall stats of the player, and they'll be displayed separately.
How will the vehicles change?
Because of the introduction of historical battles, there will be some changes to the German vehicle tree. The Panzer IV will be divided into 3 separate tanks, and the Stug 3 TD will be divided into 2 vehicles. This was done because the various models of these vehicles had significant differences in their combat performance. We wouldn't have been able to model the historical battles of different times without making the change.
How will the maps change in the new update?
This update will also bring some changes to the existing maps, just like the 8.11 did. Changes have been made to Severogorsk, Malinovka, Pearl River, and Serene Coast. The changes are aimed at improving gameplay and creating a better balance on these maps.
Learn more about in-game graphics and physics from developers' diaries.